It's May 13th, 1994. We're at Chicago Stadium for Game 3 of the Eastern Conference semifinals between the New York Knicks and the Chicago Bulls. The score is tied at 102, and the Bulls are inbounding with 1.8 seconds left. A years-long rivalry that's been historically one-sided, a bench-clearing brawl, a late-game comeback, and some intra-team drama have all led us to this moment. And as a result, there is so much personal pride riding on this inbound play. To remember just how much, let's rewind. The Bulls have eliminated the Knicks from the playoffs 4 times in the past 5 years. Very fun for them. But now, the Knicks are up 2-0. What's the difference this year? Well, let's see, who's missing? Oh, right. Michael Jordan left the NBA to play baseball for some reason. Good news for the Knicks, though. They've had enough of MJ's Bulls. In 1989, New York and Chicago met in the Eastern Conference semifinals. Sound familiar? Get used to it. Chicago took them out in 6 games, and according to this high-flying, wide-open dunk from Jordan, they had fun doing it. In '91, the first-seed Bulls were mercifully quick in their decimation of the 8th-seed Knicks, winning the series in 3 tidy little games. In '92, the Knicks and Bulls met in the Eastern Conference semifinals. Sound repetitive? Tell it to the Knicks. New York put up more of a fight this year, thanks in large part to John Starks' D and Patrick Ewing's O. They got to smell a passing waft of revenge, taking it to 7 games. But they didn't get to taste revenge or champagne that season. A pattern was developing, and that pattern was that Michael Jordan is better than everyone always, no matter what, and it's unfair, and so is life, so maybe we should just get used to it. Great, good, okay. The Knicks kept on coming, and in the '93 Eastern Conference Finals, they even went up on the Bulls 2-0. Michael Jordan looked beatable, but looks can be deceiving, and the Bulls won the next 4, eliminating the Knicks and going on to three-peat. The same guys had their hopes dashed by the same team year after year after year after year. You know that shot went in. But now, with Jordan gone, the general consensus around the NBA was, play it cool, but oh my god, we have a chance. While other teams merely had a chance, the Knicks were expected to step in as the dominant team in the East. People were saying it was the star-studded Knicks' turn to be at least Eastern Conference champs. And honestly, so far so good. The Knicks finished the regular season first in the Atlantic Division, and they made quick work of the Nets in the first round of the playoffs. And now, they're up 2-0 on the Bulls in the playoffs. They gotta be feeling pretty good. Ooh. Wait a second, last year they were up 2-0 on the Bulls in the playoffs and didn't work out so well for them. Plus, the 2 wins they have this series, they really squeaked out. So the Bulls are MJ-less, and the Knicks have made some roster changes too. Though you wouldn't know it from looking at the court. New York picked up Derek Harper in January after Doc Rivers tore his ACL. But Harper's not present at the end of today's game. You see, tempers have been extremely high all series. Seems Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant didn't really agree it was the Knicks' turn to own the East. John Starks didn't actually kick B.J. Armstrong here, but you can tell he wanted to. And it all came to a head tonight. Just before half, Chicago reserve JoJo English got in a fight with Harper that quickly turned into a huge bench-clearing pileup. I don't know whose foot that is. It spilled into the stands, but luckily didn't cross the line into involving fans, even though this woman definitely wanted in on the action. And the cool thing about this fight? It took place directly in front of Commissioner David Stern. They couldn't have been closer to him without actually hitting him. And look at Stern. He's not mad, he's just so very disappointed. Harper and English were both ejected. The Knicks probably would have preferred to keep their starting point guard, because a few extra points could have prevented this whole last-second tie game situation. Since it's tied, you might think, wow, this must have been an even game so far. Probably a lot of trading baskets, and nobody was ever up by 22. The Bulls were dominating this whole game, but then the fourth quarter happened, which was a pattern. In the last 2 games, the Knicks outscored Chicago in the fourth. Maybe because the Knicks stepped up their D, and also maybe because the Bulls were used to Jordan doing spectacular things at the end of games and had come to rely on it. Probably a combo of the two. Either way, it happened again tonight. The Bulls were up by 11 at half and led by 22 in the third. But in the fourth, the Knicks turned it on and the Bulls turned it off. In particular, Patrick Ewing turned it on in the final minutes of the game. He hit a fadeaway with just over 2 minutes to go. Then, with about a minute left, he was like, "I'm Patrick Ewing, I'm good at everything." He got open down low and dropped in a reverse. Then, with 30 seconds left, he was like, "I mean it, everything!" And he took Cartwright off the dribble, putting the Knicks within 2. Chicago had a chance to add to that lead, but Anthony Mason's swarming defense totally stifled Scottie Pippen, who just kind of dribbled around the three-point line, not getting open, and then bashed a prayer into the backboard trying to beat the shot clock. He did not. Knicks ball. They got it to Patrick Ewing's hot hand, and
Ewing for the tie. He's got it with 1.8 left.
102-102. But with 1.8 seconds on the clock, the Bulls have time to catch and shoot and win. And Pippen wants to be the guy to do it. He's got something to prove. Not just that he can get around Anthony Mason, he's got something a little bigger to prove. Yep, that's it. He's been in Jordan's shadow for so long. Now that he's out, nobody expected the Bulls to do anything, or even be fun to watch. In fact, people thought the Bulls would be so bad without Jordan, the Chicago economy would suffer. But Scottie defied expectations and led Chicago to a 55-win regular season, a 3-seed finish in the East, and now the Eastern Conference semis. He's been the Bulls' leading scorer all season, averaging 49% from the field and 22 points a game, a career high. He was the All-Star Game MVP, and while defense might not help him in these final seconds, his defense has been annoyingly good this year. Sure, Scottie never got to take the buzzer beater when MJ was there, and we get that. Of course you're not going to Scottie if you have MJ. What are you, stupid? But tonight, Scottie could finally be the hero. Ready to inbound the ball, the Bulls line up in a stack, and Scottie is not on the floor, which takes some explanation. After Ewing tied it up, the Bulls called timeout. Great, that's normal. Phil Jackson drew up a play, also normal. Then Scottie Pippen cursed at Jackson, walked to the end of the bench, and planted himself there. I can't read his lips, but come on, that rant is profanity-laced. Scottie Williams, move, we want to see this self-destruction. Why'd Scottie refuse to take the floor after the timeout? Because the play Jackson called wasn't for him. Jackson wanted someone else to take the shot, Tony Kukoc. Which throws some light onto why Scottie Pippen was so mad after the play was drawn up. I say some light because there's no way to fully explain benching yourself in the last seconds of a playoff game. Dum-dum? Pippen hated Kukoc since before the Croatian sensation was even drafted. Kukoc came to the Bulls after being heavily recruited by GM Jerry Krause. Krause would go to his EuroLeague games and bring him Bulls championship t-shirts, and I'm assuming better unreported gifts as well. All this attention from Krause made Scottie extremely jealous. It didn't help that Krause did things like refuse to negotiate Pippen's contract so he had the salary cap room to offer Kukoc $16 million. Pippen resented Kukoc so much that in the '92 Olympics, when the USA played Tony's Croatian team, Scottie matched up on Kukoc, determined to teach him a thing or two. Or maybe he wanted to teach Krause a thing or two. Either way, Scottie shut down Kukoc at every turn, playing intense D and holding him to just 4 points with a whopping 7 turnovers. Like an older child telling his new baby brother he's not welcome in the family, Scottie made a statement. The only problem? Didn't matter. Krause still pursued Tony and offered him a nice contract. A contract so nice, in fact, it is very possible Kukoc will make more money than Scottie next year. After waiting your whole career to step out of the sidekick role, only to have some new guy with the face of a 13-year-old step in front of you, even for a moment, can't feel good. Can it make you bench yourself in the final seconds of a playoff game? Apparently. In Pippen's place, Jackson subbed Pete Myers, or as Chicago fans called him, Pizza Pete, a nickname he earned when he missed 2 free throws, costing fans a free pizza promotional deal. So confidence is high going into this last second shot. And the ball is going to Tony Kukoc. That's Jackson's call. But is it a good call? This is Tony's rookie season, though he's not new to pro ball. He's been playing professionally in Europe since he was 17. He was real skinny, but real good. He racked up EuroLeague championships, Italian Cups, and MVP awards. The Bulls drafted him back in 1990, but he didn't join the team right away because he still had a contract in Yugoslavia and then one in Italy. But that's okay. Krause thought he was good enough to wait for. Right, Scottie? Threatening to make us remember there are more important things in life than basketball, geopolitical factors influenced where young Kukoc played. Tony started his career playing for his hometown Split in Croatia, which was part of Yugoslavia at the time. In '91, Croatia seceded from Yugoslavia, and there was some fighting in Split. Tony had a chance to move his Split contract to Italy, and he took it. When Kukoc did eventually come to Chicago this season, fans didn't exactly welcome him with open arms. But that soon turned around because Tony played well. In fact, he's hit 3 buzzer beaters this season. In just his 4th NBA game, he became a hero, making a deep 3 with about 3 seconds on the clock to defeat Milwaukee. On Christmas Day, he nailed this floater with 3 seconds left. Merry Christmas, Chicago! Orlando, I hope your parents got you some good presents or something. Later in the season, he took down the Pacers, banking in a game winner with 0.8 of a second left. Kinda seems like Jackson's got the right guy taking the shot tonight. Here we are. Less than 2 seconds on the clock, a tie game between 2 teams whose playoff rivalry goes back 6 years. The Knicks, fighting for dignity, determined not to be eliminated by the Bulls yet again, rallied in the 4th quarter after being down by as many as 22. For the Bulls, a win here would help them contest the narrative that without Jordan, they're no good. In a bitter series full of emotion that boiled over in fits of aggression and passive aggression, both of these teams have something to prove. Welcome to a moment in history.
Kukoc for the win! It goes! Oh, brother!
Thanks for watching Rewinder. If you want to continue to feel bad about the Knicks, we have this story of their recent collapse. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to make a comment about liking me personally, that would go a long way around here.